Every day, countless individuals around the world suffer in silence, their lives shattered by the devastating impact of gender-based violence.
Which were the past two now over 10 years today when I being raped. When they raped me, I was still around 16 years.
5 years ago, I was raped. I was 2 years pregnant and I was raped.
In the first half of 2023, a staggering 2,386 incidents of gender-based violence were reported across Cameroon's northwest, southwest, and far north regions. The overwhelming majority of survivors, 97.1%, were women and girls, all thanks to the Refugee Welfare Association through the Open Society Foundation-funded project. They have been empowered to tell their stories to the world.
Shout out to Rewa and Osiwa!
The Refugee Welfare Association, in partnership with Information Impact Globe, presents a project documentary themed Community Engagement Through Education and Advocacy to Reduce Sexual Gender-Based Violence, SGBV, in the Northwest region of Cameroon. Sponsored by Open Society Foundations, formerly Open Society Initiative for West Africa. The project begins, stakeholder engagement. It all began with two important meetings, one to introduce the project and one to launch it officially. On April 7th and 9th, key stakeholders, including local policymakers, community leaders, the judiciary, and law enforcement officers, gathered to understand the urgency of addressing SGBV in the Northwest region. We needed to bring everyone to the table because ending SGBV requires a collective effort. Our goal was to educate, collaborate, and create a unified approach to tackle this deeply rooted problem. With the Bamenda One Council, Core Care Africa, and Information Impact Globe as partners, this project is designed to not only educate, but also mobilize communities, ensuring that no one stands alone in this fight. Capacity building with law enforcement. To ensure justice for survivors, law enforcement must be equipped with the right tools. Refugee Welfare Association organized specialized training sessions for 35 police officers, 25 men and 10 women, to enhance their understanding of the laws surrounding domestic violence and sexual offenses. Training session highlights, including discussions on survivor-centered approaches, legal frameworks, and trauma-informed interviewing.
So domestic violence perceived acts that occur between families, relatives, not so in our society.
As a member of the police force, you know we are investigation officers, so we deal with those cases almost all the time. Yeah, because the moment there is a crime committed, the people, they always come and complain to us. So we are always there to receive such cases, to carry out our investigations, and present the case file at the State Council.
The training had a measurable impact, with a 40% increase in officers' understanding of SGBV legislation and a more empathetic attitude towards survivors.
As a law enforcement personnel, I think I was somehow ignorant of the fact that marital rape doesn't exist, or it is not punishable by law. Rather, you can file for other circumstances surrounding the rape, but you cannot file for marital rape.
Professionals. In the aftermath of sexual violence, timely and compassionate medical care is crucial. A capacity-building workshop brought together 20 medical professionals, including 14 women, to enhance their skills in providing care for survivors.
Since we decided to start with the introduction, I think all seated here we are going to present ourselves, then we'll give room to everyone, then we go on the subject matter itself. I am Dr. Elome Ebako, Florence Duke, the District Medical Officer for the Women District.
Bank Belta, nurse at Amazing Grace Health Center, Alale Maifo.
Mom Fidelis, nurse at Pons Solidarity Medical Center, my 5 Queen.
Tene Romeo, nurse at Queen District Hospital.
Con Angel, nurse at Queen District Hospital.
I'm Long Blanche, nurse at Queen District Hospital.
Amanda Gladys, nurse at Crown of Grace Health Center.
Afano Blessing, nurse at Crown of Grace Health Center.
Je m'appelle Nganengaso Christophe, infirmier du premier état en service à la prison centrale de Bamenda, juste à côté là.
Interview with a medical practitioner. This training has taught us how to handle cases with more sensitivity, and we now have better skills to support victims, both physically and emotionally. Post-training healthcare workers reported a 35% improvement in their ability to deliver trauma-informed care. Engaging the community through sport. Recognizing the power of sport to unite, REWAC launched the Stop GBV campaign through football. The sport drew attention to the issue while fostering dialogue and community solidarity. Football was more than a game. It was an opportunity for men, women, and young people to come together in the fight against violence. Addressing cultural norms with traditional leaders. Community leaders are central to shaping attitudes. On May 11th, a workshop brought together 50 traditional and religious leaders. They explored the role of harmful cultural norms in perpetuating SGBV and discussed how they can lead change in their communities. We have the power to change our community's mindset. This training has given us the tools to do just that. Youth and transportation sector engagement. Taxi drivers and bike riders often witness or experience SGBV firsthand. REWAC engaged 40 individuals from the transportation sector, training them on bystander intervention and promoting safe, respectful environments. I didn't realize how much of a difference I could make by simply speaking up or offering help. Now I know how to act when I see someone in danger. Reaching the airwaves, radio campaigns. To reach tens of thousands of people across the region, REWAC launched a powerful radio campaign. Broadcasts on Abakwa FM, Afrique Nouvelle Radio, and Dream FM provided essential information on SGBV, prevention strategies, and legal rights.
My name is Charlotte Solomon. I come from the division. Due to the crisis and inconveniences, I find my place for Bamenda town. So I want time, most especially we work and team members and group members, great empowerment, this great initiative where they bring up for our aid. I want to appreciate them so much for telling them, say this small thing where they don't give me, it will go a long way for help me in the future to start small thing, especially the team they train when they don't train me for yet. So we'll take them to heart and we promise, me as a participant, I promise say I will take them to heart and I'm going to do something with you. Thank you so much.
Okay. And then Nangumi Odeb, I come for Fundamental Millers. I stay in a position too. I thank the reward for the good training where they don't train us. And I thank them for the support that they don't help me continue our business. And I thank Papa God say by this training and by this support that they give me, so they will help me wipe my tears and everybody will suffer as I will suffer.
I was not expecting this day like this. I'm so grateful. I thank the Republic people for supporting me with this, because as I'm going out there, I'm going to start my business, and I know the God Almighty that have done to me. Because I want to thank you guys really, because I'm very happy. Thank you. God bless you.
Okay.
Blessing Precious. I'm a student. I live at Gilman. Well, I attended a training that was organized by RUAC. What I tend to learn about gender-based violence, first of all, I tend to differentiate the meaning of sex and gender, which sex is a biological term just attributed to persons, male or female, while gender is a socially attributed term, which is like a role that is allocated to male or female. But today I learned that gender-based violence is not only to the woman, but to both the man and the woman.
Little or no coordinated and integrated justice response to gender-based violence. Some authorities, they isolate themselves when they have these cases.
First point, but I think that we should sensitize the victims.
Yeah, I'm Barrister Kumfa Elvis, an advocate of the Cameroon Bar. I was a participant at this just ended workshop, and it was quite an enriching workshop on basically the main idea or centrality was how to see how we could reform the laws on gender-based violence could be reformed in order to intensify the fight against gender-based violence. It was quite an enriching opportunity for legal minds to meet and share their ideas on gender-based violence and how it could be advocated for, or how it could be, the fight against could be intensified.
When people talk, maybe because of their cultural background, because of their education, they begin to think that the victim is the problem. But no, the victim can never be the problem. The problem is the perpetrator, is the person who prepared, premeditated, put all the action, all the necessary thing to concretize the action and carried it out. That is the person to be blamed. Under no circumstances should we say it's because of the attitude, the behavior, the dressing code, the way the victims behave. That is why he or she has suffered from gender-based violence. No, we should never blame the victim.
Concerning the seminar we just had on gender-based violence, what I have to say is that actually we face these situations in our society daily, but because of lack of knowledge, I would say some people don't get to report these situations, and this has really limited the law to prevail in this particular domain. Because let's say lawyers, magistrates, NGOs, they cannot take action towards situations that has not been brought to them, has not been reported to them. And as a result of that, we would like to plead on the community in general that those who are available can join us anytime they can to get to know more about gender-based violence, and equally help us send these informations out to other people, other individuals, and areas that we might not be able to reach.
I am Mayor Ambe Pitolimbi from Bafut. I am so happy to attend a rich conference like this. It was so enriching. It was on the GBV, how we like actors, like mayors and councillors, we have to go out there and we educate our community, we educate the perpetrators, we educate those who suffer the violence, tell them exactly what to do.
I've learned a lot concerning gender-based violence. I think when I go back through the village committees that have been created, I'm going to meet them so that I create the awareness for them to start talking about gender-based violence within the council area.
I'm Bengon Rose from Tuba Council, 4th Deputy Mayor. We are here for a seminar on sexual gender-based violence. I've learned, though the seminar was short, but I've learned something that I can carry back to my community that will help them to stop gender-based violence.
A society free from SGBV is, from awareness sessions in schools to focus group discussions with women, the project has reached deep into communities, challenging attitudes, providing support, and empowering change. A society free from SGBV is possible. We've made great strides, but there's still work to be done. Every conversation, every training, every act of support brings us closer to a future where sexual gender-based violence is a thing of the past. Produced by Refugee Welfare Association.
In the shadows, hush no more. Voices rise, the silence is torn. Hand in hand we break these chains. Together strong we end the pain. Every story echoes loud. No more fear, stand up proud. In this fight we find our might. Shining truth, breaking night. No more silence, no more fear. Stand together, voices clear. Stop the violence and the tears. Love and courage lead us here. Safe and free our rightful claim. No more hiding, no more shame. In our hearts the fire's bright. We will win this endless fight. Every whisper turns to shout. Every soul is speaking out. From the shadows into light. Hand in hand we make it right. No more silence, no more fear. Stand together, voices clear. Stop the violence and the tears. Love and courage lead us here. Every whisper turns to shout. Every soul is speaking out. From the shadows into light. Hand in hand we make it right.